Hey, welcome to the Follow Through. I'm Pastor Fred, and we're here again getting into the Word of God, and we're talking about God's strength. And again, the flip side of that is our weakness, and we got to confront that. We got to look at that. I'm getting older, and I'm realizing there's just so many things. I had to help somebody move yesterday, and man, I'm sore today. And 30, 40 years ago, I wouldn't have been, but yeah, I am today. I'm moving slow. And I'm realizing that I'm not getting younger. The world wants to try to, convince me of that there's this fountain of youth. But like it or not, the hair gets gray, gets a little thinner, and all of those things happen. The health problems come, and it's not less of them. And again, we try our hardest to be healthy. We try to get enough sleep. We try to work out and eat right and do all of those things. But we realize that we're not God. We realize that we need Him, right? So let's look at 2 Corinthians 4, 16 to 18. This is a little further from what we had yesterday, where Paul was talking about us being, this treasure that God has given or is in jars of clay, breakable, fragile, right? We're human beings, and it's to show His glory. And today he says this. And he's sort of summarizing some of that stuff in verse 16 of chapter 4 in 2 Corinthians. He says, "So we do not lose heart. Though our outer self is wasting away, our inner self is being renewed day by day." We often talk about, what counts is what's on the inside. And a lot of times we'll say that because what we see on the outside maybe ain't so pretty. Right, I look at myself and I'm like, wow, at least, there's some good stuff going on in my heart. At least he has a good heart or she has a good heart, and it's like, no, that's actually the most important thing. But we make it all about the externals. And Paul's going, all right, the outward thing, it is wasting away, and it doesn't make us give up. Right? We don't throw in the towel and go, man, it's not worth it. I got all these problems. It's all sort of falling apart, and who cares? I'm done. No, it's like we don't. Even though we see all of that, even though we see this struggle, we see persecution, we see people coming at us, and we're dealing with our own physical issues, and we get hurt and we get sick, and these things happen, and tragedies, right? All these things. He goes, we don't lose hope because we know that God's doing something inside us. And that's what matters. He's going to listen, and He's even going to take care of what's happening outwardly to us in our physical bodies. He's on that. He's taking care of us. But the big difference, the big thing, the thing we need to lean into is what He's doing inside of us. This love, this joy, this peace, this patience that He's cultivating in us, right? This transformation of our hearts and souls that He is doing, right? Those inner renovations, if you will, are amazing. They are amazing. And I think we need to encourage that in each other. Encourage that in your kids. Encourage that when it comes to your friends, because we're in a world that's selfie driven, and it's all about what I look like, and we take a zillion pictures of ourselves with our phones. But how many pictures of what's going on inside are we doing, right? The ugliness that might be there, the selfishness, the anger that might be there, the disappointment that might be there, the sin that's just in there eating us from the inside out. That we would look at that. Let's take a picture of that. Let's investigate that. Let's take some time in asking God to help us to see that. But to see that, as this passage is saying, He's renewing us day by day, over and over again. So we could either shut down and go, oh man, I'm just falling apart, or I can say, you know what, God's actually putting me together. He's healing me in my heart, healing the soul. With all the tragedies, with all the disappointments, with all the problems and the pressures, man, He's got me. And He's reminding me that He loves me. He's reminding me that I am His. That's what He wants you to know today, that you are His. Don't give up. Don't lose heart. Don't lose hope. Hang in there, man, because He's got you. And He's doing an incredible work in you, man. Let's lift each other up in this every day. All right, so hit this subscribe button, share this with somebody if it's helpful, and we'll talk to you next time for another follow through.